Hey folks, you're about to get a sneak peek at the first chapter and a half of Bladeslinger from Kerosene Games and Luma Arcade.
The Bladeslinger had returned home to Hammer's Peak, a reward for his courage in a war he'd hoped to have left behind. Finding the train station strangely deserted, he sensed his days of war may not be behind him after all.
One of the things we want to call attention to here in this preview of Bladeslinger is the work we've done on the input system. And we think it makes Bladeslinger really special on touch devices. Everything you do to move around in this world is driven by a single hand. Sometimes one finger, sometimes multiple fingers, sometimes gestures, but everything feels very natural and intuitive, and you can tell it's been designed without compromise for touchscreen devices. In this first encounter, you'll see me do some things that aren't actually taught yet to the player in the tutorial system, but things like dodging, blocking, and other elements of the combat and navigation systems are really nice and easy to use.
What was that? I better get into town and find my brother Morgan. He'll have answers to all this. I hope he's okay. I'm looking for one of these.
Bladeslinger was designed with the intent that the player character, William, be able to engage multiple enemies at once in combat. This makes for some really interesting emergent gameplay and adds a layer of depth and complexity rarely found in mobile games. Here I have the enemy stunned, and I'm going to use one of William's finishing moves, tracing these shapes, to defeat the enemy with style. Again, I have the enemy stunned. I'm going to approach him and punch him in order to initiate this finishing sequence.
What do we have here? All right.
In this tight canyon passage, managing distance from the enemy can be really difficult, especially when one of them's behind you. But William has a lot of tools, and you can build real skill in this game.
Just like gold.
In this room, I've got two enemies to deal with and not a lot of space, so you'll see me use the dodge regularly to avoid attacks, especially from behind.
son of a...
William's powers are being diminished by an evil magic, and he's going to have to figure out how to recover them. In Bladeslinger, you as the player will have a number of strategically meaningful choices to make to determine how you invest in William's abilities and how you choose to proceed through the rest of his journey. As I scroll through the potential upgrades here, I can make an informed choice based on William's preview and these descriptions to aid my preferred playstyle. After previewing multiple abilities, I've decided to upgrade one of William's blade attacks. This is one of my favorite scenes in the game. It's just beautiful artwork from a very talented developer.
The Bladeslinger suspected that the town gates were barricaded against the monsters he had just fought. Little did he know that the true horror lay inside. These monsters, these corrupted, were waiting. Their evil had been desecrating the town he called home.
There's another combat element to Bladeslinger where William uses his weapon at range. At this stage, these enemies won't present too much of a challenge. The training wheels are still on, but they're about to come off.
The town showed signs of violence and supernatural corruption. This fueled the Bladeslinger's anger at those that could have done this. He was a man trained to defeat the forces of evil, and he would destroy this infiltration.
I have to find my brother. The town pastor should know what's going on here and where everyone is.
In addition to a health meter, William has a spirit meter, and when his spirit meter is full, he can perform special techniques. just as with the potential upgrades to William's abilities that I can preview, I can look at special technique previews in real time as well. Some of these techniques are offensive, some are defensive, some favor William's gun, and some favor the blade.
This should come in handy.
The Bladeslinger could feel the evil radiating off the barrier. He knew no one in this town could have created it. He needed to keep going to find the one responsible for this.
There's a piece missing. Looks like I need to find that before I can get through.
With my spirit again fully charged, I can repeat the use of this technique to finish these two enemies off.
Here's the missing piece of the symbol.
It's been a long time coming for Bladeslinger, but we really hope that you're as excited to play the rest of this game as we are. Thanks for watching.